Yo, what's good? Salute to everybody coming through the building, man. Once again, it's your boy L Does Boxing. Yo, we're back with a recap. I'm saying we're gonna cover this past week's fights. We got some news and notes we're gonna go through as well. You know what I'm saying? So feel free to come through the building, ask any questions, add on to the conversation, man. It's all good. Before I get into everything, I want to salute everybody coming through the building first and foremost. Salute. Come on in. You guys can follow me on my social media. Scrolling across the bottom. Twitter, Instagram. Tap into the website, ldoesboxing.com for sure. So we're going to get into it. So, of course, we had a big week of fights, you know what I'm saying? Capped off with the Canelo card, pay-per-view. And we're going to just build our way up. And then we got some news and notes, some stuff happening in the sport of boxing we're going to get into. And then anything else you guys want to add, feel free. You know what I'm saying? Man, Mike in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. G5 Jeff TV. What's good with you, bro? Yeah, it was fun. It was good for sure. Salute to you, bro, coming through the building. Yes, sir. So we're gonna take y'all guys back though. ProBox TV is another card. It's another platform that we need in the sport of boxing. They've been delivering every week too. They've been getting it in every other week. So we had a late replacement because the main event fell out. Lester Martinez versus Joshawn James. Martinez had an illness, so he had to pull out. So they'll probably reschedule that fight probably in November. Vladimir Hernandez versus Raul Garcia. Good fight, yo. Back and forth action. They traded knockdowns early. Garcia scored the first knockdown. Hernandez dropped him. Hernandez got back up, got back in the fight. He scored a knockdown. And I think he sealed his victory with the second knockdown. That fight was back and forth, man. You know what I'm saying? Those guys was battling. You know what I'm saying? They both put their 100% into this fight, man. Garcia, he could have probably boxed a little more, set up more shots from the outside. He was a longer rangier guy, but he was getting clipped with shots. It's like he was getting clipped with like I don't know. I ain't gonna say that was soft punches, but punches that didn't look as hard. You know what I'm saying? He got clipped and got dropped like equilibrium shots. But he got back up and fought hard. Same thing for Hernandez. Like, he was getting all boxed early. He got dropped, and then I think that woke him up. He got back in the fight. So, good fight at 154 pounds. We know Hernandez is noted for beating these prospects. You know what I'm saying? He give everybody a tough fight. Garcia, you know, he coming off, he got 2 losses now, but I think he still can do some things. You know what I'm saying? He has a certain level, but maybe with a little bit more tools. He got to move his head too. His head was on a straight line the whole night. But yeah, it was a fun fight though to kick off the week. Gomez versus Perez. So Gomez got like a 3rd round knockout. Good work. Perez is a tough, rugged guy, but he's turning himself into a journeyman. And Gomez got him out of there, so salute to him. This one was a fun fight too. Martinez versus Pereira. Martinez was dropped hard early in the fight. It was only a 6th rounder. I think the other kid kind of got the decision. This is a tough, close fight. I think it was a split decision victory for Martinez. But he got back up and fought well, but I thought the other guy just did more. You know what I'm saying? So that's still a fun fight. There's no B-side on ProBox, so you ain't come on there and get no easy win unless you're not going to be on TV. If you notice, they have more fights on the card. Some of them don't be on TV. So y'all can, you know what I'm saying? Y'all see the play on that. So, but overall, it was a good card, though. Even though we lost the main event, still, they made up for it. These guys fought hard, for sure. Yeah, ProBox be going crazy, bro. Every other week, they go crazy. I play LD. What's good with you, bro? Salute. I thought Martinez lost that fight. Yeah, me too. I thought my man won, man. It's hard to, win a fight, a 6th rounder when you get dropped and the fight is very competitive. Those rounds all those rounds was close, basically. And some of those rounds, my guy, the other guy won that shit clear to me. So it is what it is. Alright, so we also had Salida card, headlined by Adrian Holmes. There's a bunch of prospects on the card. Good looking guys on the card as well. I like DeVille Smith. He's good. He's a good up and coming fighter. You know what I'm saying? Adrian Holmes, though, he faced Noriega. Noriega was tough, long and rangy. He wasn't giving them too much. You know what I'm saying? Holmes is on the back foot boxing. I mean, I think Holmes is good. He's solid. You know, I like to see him do a little more. He got good hand speed. When he did come forward, I mean, he was touching dude up. He just didn't do it enough. So he just boxed to a decision. You know what I'm saying? It was pretty much similar to like a sparring section, basically. He was boxing real well. He was sharp. I like to see him kind of, you know, we all like to see that. This, you know, bite down a little bit, be a little bit more aggressive. But he good though. This fight right here was for the USBA IBF regional title. He's currently like number 12 in the IBF at 154. So this win would get him in the top 10. So maybe he'll have some smoke. And it's definitely smoke at 154. So we'll see what happens next. But it was a good boxing performance. He was good. I just like to see him a little more aggressive. But I mean, I ain't in there. So salute to him for doing this thing. Friday night, we had a Matchroom show down in Mexico. You had some solid undercard fights. What's his name? Rubalcaba. That guy, he with Robert Garcia. He had the first fight of the night. Parra versus Torres. Parajas versus Torres. Parajas is with Team Benavidez. So he won a decision. Mendoza versus Ramos. Mendoza looked good. Solid. You know what I'm saying? He got world ranking at 108 pounds. He scored a knockout victory. Main event, Rocky Hernandez versus Thomas Matisse. Interesting style matchup, man. You know, Rocky got off to a good start. Won the first couple of rounds, then Matisse started to do some real clever stuff you had to pay attention to, especially on the inside. He was shooting some nice shots on the inside, scoring punches, and he kind of started to dictate the pace. The fight changed when the clash of heads. It caused a cut for Hernandez, and eventually they stopped the fight after 6 rounds. But that was kind of underwhelming because that fight was turning. Matisse he turned the tide. Now he lost a technical decision to Rocky Hernandez, but that fight was changing. I would like to see how it played out, but they think that he was unfit to continue. But Matisse can come back though. I wish he would have had a better start. You know what I'm saying? I wish he would have had a better start because Rocky Hernandez was slowing down for sure, and he was picking up momentum. It's just the head clashes was too much. So Rocky Hernandez, he keep his position. He won the WC Eliminator his last fight, so he's probably can be number 1. I think he's number 2 right now. Maybe he'll get the winner between Oshaki Foster and Conceição. He got a WBA regional belt, so he got ways to go, but he'll probably be out for the rest of the year because of the cuts. He's a fun fighter. When he's in the ring with a guy like Matisse or Oshaki Foster or a guy that can box, he gonna have some issues. You know what I'm saying? We've seen that. So yeah, we'll see what's next for him. This card down in New Zealand, so it was early morning. David Nikita, so he's a rising cruiserweight contender. He had a late replacement, Tommy Karpensi, the old veteran. He was supposed to face Blake Caparello, but he tested positive for banned substance. So Nikita, easy money. Nobody expected anything else. I think it was 3rd round. He dropped him to the body, finished him. So, we're just looking forward to what's next. He's in a position where a couple of fights, he can be fighting for the world title. Maybe get some more. He probably needs some fights to bridge the gap type shit. What I mean is a solid cruiserweight contender. Shit, somebody like F.A. Apoche, but that's a fight he probably can lose. But he need a fight that's kind of like halfway to the top guys, because they're gonna push him to be a world champion or fight for the titles. But he's solid though, 6'5", strong. So he's good. I don't think he beat the top guys at cruiserweight, but hey, give him an opportunity. Here's another card. It was this fight right here was the IBF eliminator for the number 2 spot. This was out in Germany. Oliha. So he won by a 3rd round TKO. He landed an overhand right, and it looked like it dropped the opponent, and it looked like it hurt his shoulder, and he retired after that. So Oliha. So this guy, he's solid. This is one of these unheralded, number 1 contenders that the IBF always produce. A lot of us boxing fans have never heard of this guy. We don't really follow A-Gun Sports in Germany and all that shit, German boxing. You know what I'm saying? So you're not gonna know who he is. So once he get called to fight for the mandatory, and y'all know how that shit be. So this is what the IBF does a lot. So Janibek, him and Andre Mihailovic, they had a purse bid. Mihailovic's team won. That's No Limit Promotions. That's the same group this guy in the career of Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu about to fight for the IBF title against Batum Matazaliev October the 19th. We could see Janibek versus Mihailovic on that undercard. Don't be surprised. We could see that. It's talks about that. I know it's been out there circling. So we could see that. No Limit won the purse bid. They can put the fight wherever they want to put it at. So this kid right here he'll be the mandatory for the winner. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm not sure how quick they're gonna order it, but he's in position to fight. So it was a good performance though. He's strong. He's solid. You know what I'm saying? Solid. JC, what's good with you, bro? Salute. Bro, JC in the building. Salute to you. Yes, sir. Alright, so we had the ladies had a fight last night. Jessica Camaro. So she won a 10-round unanimous decision, easy money over Bunny Hunter, outboxer, outfighter. So she's in a good position. She keep her WBA gold title. So that makes her the mandatory for Katie Taylor, who still has the 2 belts in lightweight, even though she's undisputed at 140. She still got the WBC and WBA, so they got a decision to make. She about to face Amanda Serrano in November, so we'll see if she vacates the other 2. But yeah, it put her in position to fight a top opponent, a champion next. She'll be fighting for a title next, either against Beatrice Vieira. I think she's number 1 in the IBF. You have Caroline Dubois, who is the WBC interim. But WBO, you have Rihanna Dixon versus Terry Harper coming up. So she can fight either one of those ladies. I think she'll do well. So salute to her for that. Alright, the main thing right here. We got Canelo versus Berlanga. So we're going to talk about the card. Go up and down the card. It was a solid event. You know what I'm saying? Solid. We're going to touch on everything. Even the off-TV stuff we got. We had some off-TV fights that was of note. One of them, we had Lawrence King versus Von Williams. Now, I spoke on this on the channel before. Lawrence King is a candidate to get David Morrell in December. David Morrell has a fight date December 21st, Minnesota. You know what I'm saying? His hometown, his home area. So Lawrence King is like number 7 in the WBA at 175. He's Team Canelo. He fought a southpaw, so like I mentioned before, it always interests me when I see guys fight southpaws off the blue. Well, you can just fight anybody in that spot. You can fight an orthodox, easy money. So I think he got like a 2nd round stoppage victory. He's a tall, rangy guy too. You know what I'm saying? So and that is the typical David Morrell opponent too. If you guys look at his resume, he fight obscure kind of middle of the road type of opponents, you know what I'm saying? So we'll see, especially if he's gonna come to Minnesota. Lawrence King fought on Morrell's card in December for for the last Showtime card. He was on that undercard. So yeah. The kid Yoni Hernandez, he had an early knockout. I think it was second round. He's with Tig Canelo as well, and then Beck Nigmedovich, he got an early knockout victory too. So the Canelo team, they got busy last night. He had 4 fighters on the card. You know what I'm saying? All on one. Starting with the prelims, we had Jonathan Lopez versus Richard Medina. Yo, Lopez is nice. I like him. He got fast hands, good power, good speed. He was facing a tough Richard Hernandez. I like to see. I think he probably could have stopped him if he would have went to the body, but he was strong. His power carried because he dropped Medina in the 8th round. Nice combination, had him hurt. Well, he had him hurt before that in the end of the 9th. No, excuse me, end of the 7th. Then he went to the 8th and he dropped him like in the closing minutes. So Lopez is nice. I know he had like a top. I think he like number 3 or number 4 in the IBF at 126. And if you guys watch this fight, that guy he is a 140 pounder. So I'm not sure if he can make 26, but this fight was at 130, and he looked big in that fight too. So I like him. He's a good prospect, young, 21. To stay active, bro, and get some building fights. He can be a world champion for sure. We had an upset, Roman Villa versus Ricardo Salas. This fight, it started off, no fill-out round. These guys came out banging. You know what I'm saying? They came out banging. And then Salas had hurt Villa in the first round, had him on shaky legs. They was both give and take, but in the 3rd round, Salas landed a nice right hand in the exchange that dropped Villa. He didn't get back up. So that's an upset right there. We was expecting Villa to come back and win this fight after coming off the Boost fight. Maybe that shit took a lot out of him. And he been out the ring for a long time. That's the theme of PBC. To me, I don't think they should even use that shit no more because I think these guys really have opportunities to fight. They don't have to wait for PBC to put them on the card. That'd be some of the problem. But yeah, the ring rust be playing a part in a lot of these guys' performances. But yeah, Villa, he was looked at maybe in a possible fight with Stanley Jonas if he would have won. But definitely came up short. He got to go back to the drawing board. That's 2 KO losses in a row for him. Salas kind of came out of nowhere, you know what I'm saying? So he's in position. They fought for a WBA regional title, so maybe he get the call for staying on or another big fight. But yeah, that's a good victory for him. And then the main event for the prelims, Stephen Fulton versus Carlos Castro. Good fight, real good fight, very competitive. Fulton making his 126 debut officially versus Castro, who's been kind of active. They got common opponents with Figueroa and Castro fought Neri. It was a good competitive fight. The fight changed when Castro landed a nice right hand and dropped Fulton. And that kind of got him in the fight. But I thought Fulton was winning those rounds. It got closer though. Castro was doing well. I think I forgot what round. I think 8th round he hurt him again. He hurt him again with the same type of right hand, a little short inside right hand. But Castro kind of let off the gas to me. And then while he was letting off the gas, Fulton was outworking him. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like the decision was valid. I thought Fulton won the fight. It was a tough fight. Again, he was mentioning ring rust, and that's the theme of the night. Ring rust. A lot of these guys may lose. They're gonna blame that. But I like the dog that Fulton showed. He got up. He was unfazed by the knockdown and being hurt, and he got back up and he finished the fight strong. Castro kind of fell apart. I don't know if you guys noticed. Castro's right elbow was red. I don't know if he fell. I don't know what happened. He scratched it. He was bleeding. Like it was bleeding. I don't know if that affected him to prevent him from throwing punches. But that was the fight. Now his jab was on point. Castro had a good jab, and Fulton really wasn't getting out the way of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Now he had a solid jab as well. but Castro's a little bit better, a little bit more stiffer. And when he shot the right hand, that shit was affecting Fulton. And Castro ain't noted as a big puncher, so that still alerts me that I think the anyway fight did maybe took something from him. You know what I'm saying? Because he wasn't reacting to punches like that before that. So you'll have to correlate that together. You know what I'm saying? If you're really being logical. So I don't know. Going forward against these other guys, that's a blue. I mean, listen, guys like Shushu who shoot straight right hands and is quick to the draw, I think that would be an issue for him. I think a Brandon Figueroa fight would be even more tougher now. I don't know. I don't know. We have to see. I like to see him active to keep his momentum going. But it was a solid fight. He won by split decision. I mean, Castro ain't no sorry fighter, so it's good that he got a good run for his first fight in 126. So I ain't really tripping. Teach was good with you, bro. Salute. I saw it the same way, but I thought Castro won. But it was one of those fights to me where anyone can. Yeah, I think so too. I think I had a 6-4 for Forza. So 96-93. Yeah, I had a 96-93. I thought it was probably even after the 8th, but then Forza won the last 2 rounds clearly to me. So I think that was the deciding factor. He said facts, but it was a good fight. It was close. Alright, main event, Rolly versus Jaimes. I ain't gonna lie, that shit, I was zoning out, in and out. I saw Rolly boxing a lot, being defensive. I seen him jumping out, like, when the guy attacked. Jaimes wasn't doing enough. Rolly was just kind of all working, all boxing him. Kind of a lackluster fight. Like, it really wasn't no real solid highlights to it. Jaimes was missing opportunities to punch with Rolly. I felt like he ain't really tried to test his chin. Rolly was fighting kind of defensive and hesitant a little bit, but he was doing way more than Jaimes. So, he moves on. PBC loves Rolly. He gonna keep getting opportunities. Caleb Plant versus McCummon, and that was the fight right there. That was the fight. I wasn't expecting that type of fight. I was expecting Plant to win, but this is a good fight. McCummon, strong. The book on him is he's a physically strong fighter, kind of slow, but if you stand and trade with him, he gonna give you that work. And he's kind of awkward and all that good shit. So I thought, look, the first round Caleb was boxing him. It was a solid round for him. Second round, I thought he dropped. I scored it a knockdown because he hit Caleb with a leaping shot, and then they was holding, and then he ain't land no other punch. Then Caleb Plant went down, and then you see his legs after that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. That was one of those Bud Crawford Mean Machine type of knockdowns. But he did get credit for a knockdown, and I think it was in the 4th with a left hook. It kind of hit his arm and his body, and he knocked him down. This is the pure strength for him got him that knockdown. But Caleb Plant, I like what he did. He adjusted, and he started to push this guy back and fight on the inside. He was doing some great work on the inside. Some great work. I like how he was manipulating his hands in the inside. Like he basically grab McCummy's hands, and then he'll work. So he'll have him stay here. He'll grab his hands, so it'll be in place. Then he'll work. Do the same thing. McCummy, when he was on the inside, he was lost, and that's what he should have wanted, because on the like boxing, it kind of switched the table, because boxing wise, nobody think gonna outbox Caleb Plant. But what he was doing when they was at range, he was leaping in with wild shots and was catching Caleb Plant pulling straight back. And I think Caleb Plant had to adjust to that, which he did. And he fought real good in the inside. You know what I'm saying? It was a nice highlight fight, back and forth. It closed in the 9th round when Caleb Plant had him against the ropes as the clock was ticking down to end the round. And he landed some beautiful shots. To have him hurt, his arm got caught in the ropes. I thought he was hurt and stuff like that, but I thought it ended on a quick trigger. I ain't mad at it though, because I wanted Caleb Plant to win, and we, you know what I'm saying, we good. We cashed that in, but I thought it was a little quick. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Caleb Plant got a 9th-round stoppage victory. He's the new WBA interim champion at 168, and he's a big name for sure. Big name. Put him in there with anybody at 168, and it should be good for sure. So that was entertaining. That was very entertaining. Yeah, it was a fight. Yeah, that shit was dope for sure. What's good with you, bro? B-Dog in the building. Salute. Now, this co-main event, bro, I ain't gonna lie. I went on a store run after like the 4th round. I ain't gonna hold you. I know I love boxing and shit, but I seen where this was going. That Lara and Danny fight was just boring. So I don't know what happened from like 4 to... Look, I came back in the beginning of the 9th round. You know what I'm saying? Right on time, right? So I know the first couple of rounds, Danny wasn't doing nothing. I don't know if he felt that power in that left hand or he was just nervous. And Lara wasn't doing much of anything either. Just landing a jab here and there. It was one round where Danny didn't even land a punch. That's crazy. He didn't have no sense of urgency. So what he did on my store run, I don't know. I came back they was starting the 9th round. And that was right on time. It still was the same shit from what I remember, from what I seen before. And then towards the end of the round, Lara landed a nice left hand, but it didn't look like the hardest shot in the world. He landed that shit. That shit froze Danny. He went down. When he went down, I was like, that's a wrap. That's a wrap because Danny Garcia got an iron chin. He don't go down. I don't remember him even being... I remember him being hurt a few times. I know Thurman hurt him. Maybe Porter. I don't know. But he ain't really been visibly hurt. Lucas Matisse probably hurt him. But he wasn't like hurt like out on his feet and stagger like that. And when you see a guy like that that's older, been around for a while, and they get hit with a shot like that, it's like that's a wrap. Like, cause we never seen that. And then, sure enough, he retired in the corner. So Dan Garcia suffered his first knockout loss to Erislandy Lara, who keeps his WBA middleweight title. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, in the build-up of this, Lara has been sleeping shit at 160. He got newfound power. He fights at a slow pace. You gotta pick up the pace against him. You can't be just waiting. You gotta go fight him. That's just how it gotta be. Because if you sit and wait, he gonna like nobody. I'm real talk. Ain't nobody gonna beat him at 160 like that. Janabek, him included. Adamas, if they fight, they probably ain't gonna fight. But ain't nobody gonna beat him. You're gonna have to pick up the pace on his ass. You're gonna have to pick it up. If you don't pick up the pace and have a high value and be like, fuck it, I'm gonna get hit, but at least I'm gonna get to him. If you don't do that, with his legs is, he ain't even using his legs like that. He using reflexes, and he just using he getting out the way of all those shots, but he's still there to counter you. But you gotta push the pace on Lara, though. That's the only way you're gonna get to him. I don't even think he got touched that much last night. So salute to him, bro. He moves on. Yeah, I think it's the end for Danny, though. I think it's the end. And yeah, snooze fest. Oh, let me go back up. He said McCamey dropped Plant. Something Benavidez couldn't do. Yeah. I think that a lot of it in the Benavidez fight, he had too much pride on the line. He wasn't going down for shit, and he was getting touched up. This one, it's kind of caught him off guard, So I that'd be my comparison. He said snooze fest. He said I actually called a stoppage during the week. Okay, yes sir. Salute to you, bro. I give you that. But yeah, who bet that? Yeah, a lot of people. I think a lot of people better than, but yeah, I thought it was gonna be the distance for sure. Plant had the best fight of the night as Danny. He took a knee to me. He thought twice about getting up. Yeah, he did. Yeah, Then he got stopped in the 9th round. He got hit with a straight left hand, and he got back up, went to the corner, and when he quit. But it wasn't a good fight anyway, so you ain't missed much. Just go watch the highlight of that left hand, because the rest of the fight was kind of boring. Well, it was boring. If you watch, look at it. All right, so Lara, we'll see what he do, man. I don't know if he's gonna unify. He's gonna stay active. You know what I'm saying? Mentally. Okay. He said, I just think. To me, I don't know. I just think he needs a paycheck. Honestly, I'll just be honest. He just had another baby, and he was out the ring for a long time. And when you're not in the ring that much, and you're not active, and you ain't really doing nothing boxing wise, that shit come back on you. Maybe he just lost a love for it, and he can't. I guess he don't want to train like he wants to. They kept saying no excuses, but keep breaking. Like, yeah. Yeah, which one is it, right? He mentally crumbled. What happened to him? Yeah, I mean, maybe he just don't have the love for the sport no more. Love for the game. Had the plus 400 on most parlays. Andrew Gray was good with you, bro. Salute. Good fight week. Nah, for sure it was. He doesn't want to retire by the list. I think he's finished, bro. He's finished. Unless he go do some type of farewell fight in Philly, I think he done at the top level. Like, where he gonna go? He probably doing some freaky shit. Yeah, blame me mental health. Where he gonna go though? What day he gonna go? You go back to 154. It's a dangerous division. He might get stopped again. 60 is definitely, and this is a catchweight fight. He asked for this, so I don't know. I mean, if he would let his hands go and not, he had to be reckless. We had to let his hands go. They asked him a question and he gave a vague answer. Yeah, I don't think, because I don't know. I think he's done. That looked like he was finished. And the way they was interviewing him last night, they ain't never interviewed Andrew Garcia. They stopped interviewing him after the Zab shit. Canelo UD was the only real value I saw. Yeah, that was the only thing I saw too, to be honest. Then it stopped him, Seth Ashley. I think that left hand buzzed him though. So maybe, a little bit of everything. But that didn't look like a hard shot. I ain't in there. Canelo Berlanga. This shit was entertaining too. I ain't gonna lie, this shit was fun. Canelo, we was pressing the action, pushing Berlanga back the whole night. Berlanga showed some toughness, and he wasn't backing down from Canelo, but he wasn't winning the fight either. So how much did that really mean? I don't know. But I kind of liked it that he stood up to him, but then I didn't like that he wasn't winning no rounds. Like at the end, like, okay, we understand you tough. That's cool, but ain't no participation points in this shit. You know what I'm saying? He got dropped in the 3rd round, so the setup was nice. I liked it because Canelo was kind of out jabbing him, and he's landing like 2-3 jabs for that sequence, and then he just shot the hook right around it. That was nice. And then it was a typical Canelo performance. He put pressure on you. He was, throwing combinations, exploding with, hard hooks and stuff like that. But he ain't stopping nobody right now. He can drop you early, and he gonna cruise to a decision. Since the Bivol fight, that's how all his fights been looking. Go back and check the tape. He dropping everybody early, or he dropping his opponent at some point of the fight, and then he cruises basically. But Berlanga was doing some good stuff. I liked his jab. I would like to see him kind of go a little bit to Canelo's body. I mean, but everybody giving him credit for standing up to Canelo. I like to see him stand up and try to win the fight type shit. But I ain't gonna say he wasn't trying. It just wasn't enough. And he didn't switch. He didn't make any adjustments. That's what I'm saying. He didn't make any adjustment. He was still doing the same thing. Just being tough. And he showed he got a chin. I mean, he got dropped. But that was like a flash knockdown type shit because he won't hurt. It was some parts of the fight where I thought he was going to get hurt with some of those hard shots. That he was eating them shits. So I guess he can take away that. He know he got a good chin. He got power. I like to see him come forward a little more, and probably put give Canelo a little bit more resistance. But yeah, this is all Canelo. I think I gave Berlanga maybe 1 or 2 rounds. He did have some good rounds in the midpoint, but it was all Canelo. So we'll see. Berlanga can definitely come back. Him and Caleb Plant will be a good fight. They can sell that fight for real. That's a good fight. They can do well. On the matchroom side, I mean Pacheco, I would still like to see that. You know what I'm saying? Any of those top guys, Munguia versus Berlanga that should be fire. Like that's another Mexican Puerto Rico fight. So he can still come back. He ain't suffer no crazy knockout, early KO, and I guess he can take solace of just going the distance and being tough. I would like to see him do a little more, but it is what it is. So he's still young enough in the game where he can come back. He took punishment, you know what I'm saying? But he didn't take, like, he had a lot of pride last night too. He was fighting like he wasn't going nowhere. So that just tells you guys, a lot of these fighters, they ain't just gonna get knocked out. You know what I'm saying? They've been around boxing long enough where they understand how to go the distance. You know what I'm saying? He definitely proved that. Canelo is always up in the air for him. We never know what he's going to do until like the last minute. He got hella options, y'all know. Like honestly, the only option that I can see right now for him is Chris Eubank. And I know people talking about Crawford and all that shit. He been shooting that fight down, so I can't really say he interested in that. You know what I'm saying? So, but Eubank, it was almost close to being Eubank for this fight. So all he gotta do is win in a couple of weeks, and they can circle back. You know what I'm saying? So we don't really know right now. It's way too early to say. But we know Canelo is a big name, big draw, face of boxing, what have you. And whoever he fight is cool. Because that's what they're giving us. Like, I ain't the one to be tripping about his opponent's selection no more. Because I understand. Like, why would I get mad if I know that's what he's going to do? He's going to pick whoever he want to pick and don't care about what we think. So I don't care. But the fight was entertaining, though. I give it that. Berlanga, he was out there. He was doing this thing. It just wasn't enough. So we'll see. It was solid. He said, yeah, he did. I'm in the comments. I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna go back. I see what y'all. I appreciate you guys in the comments too. He said Canelo wasn't dried up. That from Blue Raw. Would have liked if he jabbed a lot more and threw more combinations. Yeah, I think that would have helped too. Why dudes turn into stone when they fight Canelo? I don't think Berlanga turned into stone. He just wasn't good enough. Canelo seems to be mentally checked out. He doesn't have no killer instinct. I don't know if I would say that. I thought he was real relaxed in the ring last night. I don't know if he checked out because he tried to get that dude up out of there. It's just Berlanga won't go nowhere. So I don't know. I don't know about that. But maybe you may be right. I just didn't sense that. Berlanga watched the Bivol fight, but wasn't willing to do what Bivol did. He can't do what he did. He don't have the range and distance and the discipline. I mean, he was trying a little stuff early in the fight, but you can't beat Canelo like that if you don't have that in your game. You know what I'm saying? So by Canelo making it look easy and winning easily, that's a bad thing. No, it's not. To me, it's not a bad thing because that's what he's supposed to do. He was going to do that anyway. That's not a fight we asked for. He ain't giving us the fight we want. The fight that we want, he ain't going to give us that. So, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he was supposed to win easy against Berlanga. Canelo always gasses out. Yeah, he does. Berlanga made Canelo stop. But yeah, I think I went around. He hit him with some shit, but Canelo kind of brushed that shit off. It was late in the fight too. I can't remember the round. But yeah, man, solid fight. Always going forward, pushing bigger dudes around, looking for the smoke. Dudes get all intense and gunshot. I mean, but Berlanga was punching. He was trying to. He was punching in between some of that shit, but he just wasn't good enough to me. I thought he was letting his hands go. He just wasn't good enough. I think Canelo mentally cruising. He's fighting bigger dudes. It's hard to KO them. Oh yeah, I would agree with that. I would agree with that. I mean, John Riley, I don't know how big he was, but he should have stopped him. But this one, I would agree with it on this one right here, but not with Jermell Charlo. What about Jermell Charlo coming up 2 weight classes? Who else we fought in that miss? Jaime Munguia. Jaime Munguia is a solid, solid guy, but he was a lower weight guy. I mean, I would say this with Berlanga, but the other 3, he should have stopped them. He was he was holding Munguia's hand in that fight. He didn't want to stop him. When Canelo was active about Bud, he said no. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't even know why we would even talk about that fight. That's something Canelo. That's something that Bud wants. Canelo ain't trying to give it to him. You know what I'm saying? He drops him though. Yeah, he always scored. Like I said, that's why I said the fight gonna go. That's how the fight was gonna go. Just like I thought. He gonna drop him early, drop the opponent, and he cruises, or basically, win the rest of the fight. Canelo opponents don't ask themselves what if it's when they get hit, they're gonna get dropped. Now I'm not mentally checked out. He's not like Danny checked out, but mentally cruising. I guess not getting KO by Canelo is a win. That's how they was treating it. I ain't like that though. I don't like that. Charlo was on his bite. Still, if he can catch him along the ropes and hit him with a good shot and drop him, why he can't finish him? Canelo, right? Salute. What's good, D-Lo? Salute to you. Winston Lee in the building. What's good with you? So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be the same thing. Probably around, like, February. Canelo probably just do his 2 dates. Cinco de Mayo and Mexican Independence. So we'll probably hear more about his opponents around like February. Unless something crazy happens and he do fight Crawford, which I don't think he's gonna fight him. I don't think he's gonna give him the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Which he should. I don't understand why not. Honestly, why not? He's the bigger. He got all the advantages. And he gave Charlo the opportunity. Coming up from 2 weight classes, Bud coming up from 2 weight classes. So in theory, it makes sense. In the mind, like just the way you can sell the fight, it makes sense because you got 2 of the best fighters for the last 10 years. You go on that. It may be a cash offer, but it may not be. He ain't never been that type of guy to just roll over. So I would like this. Like for me, is like okay. This is me as a fan talking, right? I wouldn't mind the Bud Crawford fight because I feel like it's kind of a different type of challenge for Canelo. Even though he's a big favorite and I think he'll win that fight for sure. But I think it's a different type of fight and it won't be the same old same like what we've been saying the last couple of fights. You know what I'm saying? And maybe he'll be a little bit more rejuvenated to go out there and fight one of the best fighters in boxing. That's just my take. But it's a fight that he should win. You know what I'm saying? He clipped Bud on the way out with some shots. We'll see. But if he don't fight him, if he just gonna fight just the top of some of these contenders in the super middleweight division, so we'll see. But I'd much rather see that. It's more interesting to me than fighting Berlanga or Munguia or Charlo. Because Charlo moving up and the way, I was cool with it. I was cool with the fight when it was made because I'm like, Charlo coming off a great victory over Castano. But I was like, I didn't know he was going to fight like that though. But if you look at the fights that he had after Bivol, I mean, they've been the same performance. little money on Plant getting established in the first 6. Yeah. Caleb Plant. I like Caleb Plant. You know what I hate? Canelo cruises to UD and everybody on his nuts. Canelo and Shakur and Haney Bourne though. I thought who said that though? I don't know. I don't know. I mean Shakur only had really one Bourne fight. You know what I'm saying? And that was more so on De Los Santos, but I mean we ain't gonna talk about that. My man Michael James, what's good with you, bro? Salute. Even though the outcomes are different, the results are the same. Bud Cook Cruz versus Majumdar. Nah, he was in a tough fight with that. Majumdar was doing a lot of good stuff in that fight. I think he fights Crawford. I think he fights Crawford if he is retiring. Canelo ain't beating Crawford. Not at this point, in my opinion. After he beats Bud, it's gonna be the same old Canelo for a smaller dude. Not for me though. That's for. I mean, it depends who else you listen to, but for me, I don't think like that because this is a fight. This is a fantasy fight that we can get in live, in real time type shit. Like 2 of the best fighters in boxing, like for years, at least 10 years, right? So I want to say that, but that's how that's like the narrative everybody else will push. I like to see the biggest fight. If the guy moving up the weight, I think it brings a lot of shit to the sport of boxing. The casual fans gonna tap in on this one. I like it though. Now, will it be competitive? I think it can be competitive in spots, but I think Canelo wins that fight. I do. But I would like to see it because why not? 2 of the best guys fight. Like, we don't see that in boxing a lot. 2 of the best guys that have been the best for a long time. I mean, it's kind of hard to justify not fighting Crawford if you fought Charlo moving up 2 weeks. And I think that's a bigger fight for Canelo. It's a bigger fight for Canelo. So, I don't know. It's kind of hard. That's what I'm saying. It's kind of hard to justify some shit Canelo do if in the past you fought a smaller guy and it was okay and people kind of bypass it. Because I see people bypassing a lot of his shit that he do just because he can. Why not fight Crawford? He's one of the best that's been doing it. Maybe he brings. Nah, he ain't fighting that Benavidez. You know, I never mentioned Benavidez's name all show. I ain't gonna waste my time with that. I'm always relaxed. I want to play getting a knockdown. Oh, getting knocked down inside of 6. Okay. I want to play getting knocked down inside of 6. Yeah. I thought he got dropped twice, but I got you. For sure. That's what's up, bro. That's a good play. I don't want Canelo to fight Crawford. Crawford doesn't rehydrate up to 190. So it brings a different type of fight then, because you know Crawford want to use his legs, right? And that's a different look. And I think Crawford don't come to me as a guy that's gonna be running all night though. I don't know. I don't see him running all night. I see him boxing, moving, doing smart shit, but I see him trying to get it in. But I don't know. You want to see Nello versus the winner of? Yeah, I do. I would want to see that too. Yeah, for sure. That'd be good. But he picking and choosing that already. He said he'll fight Bivol, but not Beterbiev. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. When he beat Charlo, no one blamed him. No, nobody even talked about it. Because Charlo's performance for sure. That was more of the story. Versus anyone is a big fight for sure. I think that's the biggest fight for him right now. That's realistic. But I don't know if he want to fight Crawford. I don't know if he want to give him the opportunity. He fought Josecito Lopez. He was going to try to fight Ortiz before Ortiz lost. Benavidez, the undercard monster. Yes, sir. Make sure you know that I was the first one that said Benavidez and Jesse Hart. I got the receipts. Yes, sir. To me, I don't care about the fights no more. I just care about getting them shits right. I'm just trying to boost my shit to the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? As long as I be right, I'm good. But yeah, Jesse Hart, he can fight though. Charlo, Jose Lopez, Khan. Yeah. Yeah, man. We ain't running. We ain't ever seen Crawford running. Materia with Smash Canelo. Canelo already said he don't want nothing to do with it. But that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're gonna fight one for undisputed, why not fight the other? Dev, I got you. Man, laughing. You're 1,000% correct. Fax machine. Yes, sir. I try to do my thing. Someone said yesterday that David with Rad Dog Hart will be the first to do so. Maybe. I think it looked like the Ronald Ellis fight. Jesse Hart don't make adjustments. I don't know if he changed since then. He didn't make adjustments in that second Zerlo fight. He fought the same way. And he knew he was up against it and still fought the same way. So I don't know. He would struggle with Hart. I don't think so. As long as he's not injured like he was in his last fight, I think he'll do just fine. He was doing well in the Vultures fight. Vultures only won like 2 or 3 rounds on the back half of the fight. So he gasses. I just don't trust his game plan. He'll never come with good game plans to me. If Canelo wanted to get beat up by Bivol again, he'll actually. I think honestly, he was trying to fight him. Trying to run him back. The issue was the weight. Bivol wanted to fight him at 160 for undisputed, and Canelo wanted to fight him at 175. So when they couldn't make a deal, then they just went separate ways. That's what happened. He wanted to fight him, but he wanted to fight him at 75. Bivol wanted to fight at 68. He said he gasses and lays on the ropes. Well, I'm thinking of Lamont Nicholson. He was laying on the ropes against Joe Smith. I mean, Jesse Hart is a little bit taller than Benavidez. If he boxes, and I think he got solid power, but I just don't trust. Like, I don't like his adjustments. I'm gonna say that. Alright, so we off Canelo for now. We got some news and notes we're gonna run through. Feel free to drop your comments in the comments, man. Keep it coming. I appreciate it. Liam Smith, he had to pull out his fight against Josh Kelly. That fight is coming up September 21st on the undercard of Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois IBF title fight, Riyadh season in London next week. It should be a good card, but yeah, he had to pull out. So I don't know if Josh Kelly gonna get a replacement opponent or he just gonna go do something else. This fight was supposed to be at 160, and Liam Smith. So this telling me, I don't know, he older. You know what I'm saying? He was hurt against. They said he was hurt in the rematch. Well, he had to postpone a rematch with Chris Eubank, and then when he fought him, they say he was hurt and was struggling to make the weight. So I don't know. A lot of these injuries, I don't know what's going on. I think he got an illness. So yeah, this fight is off for next week. Juan Francisco Estrada, so he withdrawn his rematch clause for Bam Rodriguez. He got stopped by Bam in June. It was a great performance by Bam Rodriguez. They had the fight close because he scored he did drop Bam, so that gave him cause, whatever. But Bam eventually stopped him in the 7th. So he had a rematch clause. They was making preparations to do that fight sometime in November. And he said he's not going to take it. He's going to move up to 118. So expect to see Bam and Jaron Ennis on the same card. Don't be surprised if you see some shit like that on the East Coast. Maybe they work something out with Karen, so Karen can come over here. Maybe I have to pay him some bread. I know Karen's team won the purse bid, but I don't know. It probably makes more sense. I don't know. But if Boots fight Karen, if you fight somebody else, expect to see Bam maybe on that undercard fighting his WC mandatory Pedro Guevara. So we'll see what all this shit means for Estrada going up to 118. There's some smoke up there. You know what I'm saying? He can get a world title. He'll be one of the bigger names. So we'll see. We'll see. Let's get one thing clear. Nothing changes. Canelo still runs boxing. Yeah, let's get it. I want to see the fight. What do you think about Lopez and Mutan? I think that's a good fight. That's a good fight. That's a good fight. I don't know how realistic that is, but that'd be a good fight. Mutan gonna have to fix some of his defense though, because that guy right there, he fast and he can punch. I had to go with Lopez right now. That's good. If they go to Philly, they can make some money back. Hopefully Eddie goes them the gate. Yeah. So this is what I heard though about that. And we have to wait for this week. It's supposed to be Boots, Bam, Ray Ford, Khalil Cole, and Shakur's cousin. I forget his name. Joe Quinn. What's his name? Joe Quinn Moses. That's supposed to be the card right there. Ray Ford got Orlando Gonzalez. They just waiting to announce that shit. So we'll see. It's a possibility they could kind of sway Karen's team to come on over if they can pay him whatever. I don't know the situation. Or they fight somebody at 154. They was trying to get Conwell. The team turned it down. They said it was too low. I don't know. I think Boots lose. I talk about this all the time. I think Boots loses leverage, a lot of leverage if he vacate his IBF. I always say, take care of the mandatory, and then circle back and get Brian Norman. Now you guys have a template in place. Y'all can negotiate without no last minute shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would do to get out the way. But we'll see. Alright, we segue into Chocolatito. So Chocolatito, he's fighting for the title pretty soon. He said 118 or 15. So we got some smoke at 18 with all the Japanese champions, but they busy right now, except for one, the WBO champion. He just fought, so I don't know if he's gonna fight the rest of the year, something like that. Or 115, he can go back down. So we'll see. I seen his last fight in July. You know, Chocolatito still throwing those combinations though. He alright though. He always gonna be good with those combinations and just a very experienced fighter. So we'll see what's next for him for sure. Let me see. He said Gallo. Yeah, Gallo. He said he built. I like Jonathan Lopez. Bam on Boots card. Yeah, that's the word. He said, what upper say? Who? What? Upper? You talking about upper echelon? What he said about him? I don't remember. Trill Hill. What's good with you, bro? I don't know what he said about them. I ain't hear that part. He said, I see. Oh, okay, y'all guys talking back and forth. Okay, I got you. My bus. Stay at y'all conversation. Alright, this fight got rescheduled. Liam Davies versus Shabazz Mazzoud. This is a good fight. It's at 122 pounds for the IBF title. This fight was originally supposed to go a couple of months ago. Liam Davies pulled out. This one of those domestic fights over there in the UK. It's pretty solid. It's going to separate. The winner of this need to go to world level. I like Liam Davies though. He's a tall, raging guy, but he's a good puncher. Now, I don't know how well these guys travel. You always got to ask that question. These guys fighting in the UK, how well they travel. Because there's only a handful of UK fighters that came over to the United States and went crazy. And a lot of times when they travel, they don't travel well. But as far as this fight, this is a good fight. Mazzoud, he had a tough fight a couple of fights ago against, what's his name? San Martin? Jose San Martin. Had a tough fight. He probably should have lost that fight. It was a close fight. Davies is a puncher in this one. So this one, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be fun. So this is a Queensberry Promotions card. It's good that they rescheduled this. The winner can go on to a world title. And this is a Queensberry versus Matchroom. Rasul is with Matchroom. So y'all know Queensberry been going crazy on Matchroom. 5-on-5 and shit. It's I heard Chocolatito and Tacky. That's a good one though. You think Tacky stopping? Tacky is growing on me. He's better than I thought he was. Yeah, he got to show me though, because Chocolatito got the combinations and he's a good guy. He's a good fighter. He slowed down a little bit, but Tacky can win that fight. That's a good fight though. Yeah, they should do that. This guy Norman fight ain't too bad. He better be careful. Yeah, he's solid. Cuevas has been around. He's okay. Yeah, I gotta bring him up next time on the stream and let Upper know the real deal. Next is the AJ card, right? Yeah, that's next week. Davies is nice. I think Anyway stops him too. Yeah, I think Anyway beats him, but I like Davies though. I like him. He brings a little flair to the event. I like it. And he can punch. Alright, Matchroom just announced this show. We got Sunny Evers versus Galal Ufai. So those guys got some back and forth from the amateur days. So they're gonna fight November the 30th. You know what I'm saying? I like it. Good domestic fight. Different styles. You know, Sunny is a boxer, mover, switch hitter. Ufai is more of the aggressive guy. Probably definitely the bigger puncher. It's a good one. Now Ufai though, interesting about him, he's taking a little tune-up fight September 28th on the undercard of Rihanna Dixon and Terry Harper. So hopefully he comes out clean. I don't know. Hey, I guess he wants to stay active. I guess it makes sense. I guess it don't. I don't know, because he be getting cuts in his fights. I'd rather him just go to the Sunny Evers fight, but we'll see. You know, those UK journeymen, yo, them dudes be trash, super trash, with like 137 losses. So maybe he get one of them. Hopefully he don't get injured beating up on one of them journeyman type dudes. But this is a good fight though. This is a good fight. I like Ufai like early. I like him because of his aggressiveness. But I can see Sunny outboxing him. We'll see. It's a good domestic fight though. He should beat that dude. Yeah, I think so too, bro. I think he should beat him. I think Sunny beats Ufai. Ufai doesn't impress me. Yeah, I like his pressure. He get hit too much though, so you know what? Sunny can box, man. I don't like his style. Like, I think he don't really sit down on his punches. And we facing a guy that gonna walk through that shit and just is willing to cut the ring off, he gonna lose all his fights. But I don't know if Ufai is that guy. He gonna beat Sunny. So there you go. We got back and forth. I like it. Pillow fist. He won't respect the power. That's what I'm saying. He is not gonna respect the power, but will he be dedicated to cut the ring off consistently? You know what I'm saying? That's the point for me. Leaning to Sunny. Once Ufai fight a puncher, he's in trouble. Yeah, he get hit a lot, bro. No, I will agree with that. He get hit a lot. He's just a good boxer overall. I can see him on boxing. Yeah, that's possible. Very possible. All right, we got some updates on next week's show, September the 20th. Jaime Munguia's headline versus Eric Bayanza. That's a good fight, y'all. That's a good comeback fight for Munguia coming off the loss of Canelo. So the update is Richard Torres Jr. He's been updated. Well, he's been elevated to the co-main event spot. He's going to face Joey DeVecco. That's gonna be a good one too. You know what I'm saying? Two short heavyweights going at it. This is probably one of the few times where Richard Torres is gonna fight a shorter heavyweight at DeVecco. But DeVecco, he just there. You know what I'm saying? He don't really try to win no more. But he been elevated. The reason why is because Andres Cortez pulled out with an injury. He was supposed to face Charlie Suarez. Now Suarez gonna stay on the show. He's gonna face late replacement Jorge Castaneda. Alright. And then on the ESPN portion, to open up the ESPN is Emilio Vargas. So you got Emilio Vargas opening up. You got the co-main Richard Torres. And then main event, Munguia versus Bayanza. And everything else gonna be on ESPN Plus. So the programming note for everybody for this Friday, September the 20th. Should be a solid card. Suarez is very underrated and dangerous. He's going to beat Cortez. Hey, I think, yeah, bro. Hey, that would have been a solid pick for sure. And Cortez been struggling to make 130 too, so maybe he really not injured, quote unquote. You know what I'm saying? What you think about the matchup, the Lorenzo versus Torres? Medina is a big dude, but he likes to move like lightweight. I like Torres in that fight. Medina don't fight well against taller guys. I mean, guys his height. He like to fight the big guys. I forgot his nickname, the Giant Killer. He fight better against taller guys. He's okay. He can box and everything. He a good boxer. I think Torres just outwork him. I'll take Torres in that fight if they fight. Torres in that fight. Yeah, I like Torres too. Alright. So here's another top ranked show that was announced. Conceição versus Foster. They're going to run it back November 2nd. Turnstone Casino up there in Verona, New York. That's where the Hall of Fame is at. You got Ray Mortala. He's going to face Ray Perez. Perez is a tough guy. I ain't gonna lie, this is a tough. Yeah, this could be a tough fight for Mortala. He's more talented, more skilled, but this Perez guy, he fought at welterweight. He gave Brian Dorman a tough ass fight. That shit had us thinking, bro, is he good? I think he had injuries though, and then he fought Alexis Rocha at 147. And then he fought somebody else at 40. I can't remember, but he just beat Jojo Diaz. So I mean, it's staying busy, keeping the ring rust off for Mortala, staying on pace with Keyshawn, who's fighting the next week, keeping him active. He'll get like 3 fights this year, so that's cool. Abraham Nova is back. He's gonna face Humberto Glendo. Now Glendo he knocked down Ray Mortala in their fight. I think it was like last year in March. He knocked him down, but Ray got back up and stopped him. So Nova, still getting another opportunity fighting in his home region. And then Mills versus Hank Lundy. Lundy is a journeyman right now. You know what I'm saying? Mills should beat him, but Mills ain't all that as a prospect. He's just getting his opportunity because he's from that area. But I won't be surprised if Hank Lundy beat his ass, because he ain't really all that to me. McGill should stop by Jansen. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Bayanza pretty good. He's alright. Bayanza alright though. I don't know if he should stop. Maybe. I think he can win, but I don't know. Stop. I don't know. We're gonna see. He gonna struggle. I think he might struggle in this fight, y'all, for real. He might struggle. People get down on him. You know what I'm saying? But that's what happens because we used to him knocking these guys out and whatever, and a lot of people really was going for Mortala because they wanted him to beat Shakur. Not that they like Mortala, because he don't do interviews that much. He don't talk. He's kind of low key. So people was rooting for him, was on his team because they thought he could beat Shakur, or they wanted him to beat Shakur. So, but if you really look at it, I don't know. Maybe he's stagnated right now, but he had a late replacement against that African fighter. I don't know if he struggled in that fight, but he had lapses in that fight. He won that fight clear. Tevin Farmer fight. Tevin was doing well boxing, but he didn't do nothing. He wasn't letting his hands go down the stretch, and he hurt him. I didn't like that bogus point deduction, but I thought Mortala won that fight. And who looked good against Tevin Farmer since he made his comeback? I know he started off 7-4, but take that away. Who really looked good against Tevin Farmer since he became a notable fighter? Nobody. You know what I'm saying? JoJo maybe, but JoJo, I don't know. Been looking. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so I don't know. But this is a tough fight for him. Like, if they built this fight for him to look crazy against, because this Perez guy is tough. He won me 1,600 against JoJo. Yes, sir. No, Nova problem when he gets tired. Yeah, that's facts. That's a good observation for sure. Yeah, when he gets tired, he all over the place. All right, got two more. So Golden Boy, they got a Riyadh season card, November 16th. This has been talked about for a minute. Zerto versus Chris Smith. This is a cruiserweight unification. We don't get many of those. That's what's up. Solid fight. Zerto's a WBA champion. Chris Smith is a WBO. Chris Smith is waiting to get beat. He got a style that's rugged. He's a rugged type of fighter with solid power. I think Zerto on all boxing, but we're gonna see. Undercard is pretty good. I like it. And you got Jose Ramirez versus Arnold Barbosa, co-main event. Zepeda versus Tevin Farmer. I get it for him to get prepared for Shakur later on, but it is not a fight we really asked for, honestly. But I understand it. So that one, I'm okay. I mean, I ain't tripping off for it. I don't really like it, but I understand it. The best fight on the card for me is Kenneth Sims Jr. versus Oscar Duarte. That's gonna be fire right there. I gotta see if Kenneth Sims gonna use his boxing ability. He can't sit there and trade with this guy like he did against the Amadeo guy. But I can see Kenneth Sims Jr. walking. If he can push back Duarte, he gonna do some good things in the fight. So yeah, that's a good fight. That's at 140. It's a WBA eliminator. And then Oscar Collazo defended his WBO 105-pound title, minimum weight title. He's facing Edward Cano, something like that. So yeah, I like the card though. It's solid. It's free. You know what I'm saying? No pay-per-view. I know the Panda fight. It is what it is. But he's one of the most exciting fighters in boxing. So I'll take it. We'll see if we can stop Tevin Farmer. You see Tevin Farmer lose close, and then everybody calling him. It'll turn his ass to a journeyman. But we'll see if we can make the best of this situation. And that's a good preparation for Shakur, though. So I ain't really tripping from that. He said, I like Nova. I like Zerto. Is Zerto still with Bomb Squad? I don't think he's never been with them. He never been with them. He's trained by Ochoa. Malik trained him for that one fight against Joe Smith. I think he's in the corner, but yeah, I don't know. He never been Bomb Squad. I think that's cap. You know that's cap. Zerto reminds me of Teofimo in some ways. How's that? Meaning he had highs and lows. He boxes good one day and the other. Which fight? Give me some examples. Because he boxed good against, unless you're going back to his super middleweight days, light heavyweight and cruiserweight. I mean, he couldn't do nothing with Bivol, but if you're going back to his super middleweight days, I mean, he really didn't fight a lot of top guys. He fought old Abraham. That still might be his best win. I mean, he grinded out 2 good victories over Jesse Hart. So those was tough fights. And light heavyweight, he really didn't fight no top competition until Bivol, and he got outboxed. He boxed real well against Joe Smith Jr. He boxed well when he won the title. Which fight you talking about? Put that shit in the chat. I'm trying to do some research. I got Duarte, KO, and Sims. Okay. I like Sims in that fight. His style matchup. When he was at 175, I mean, just Bivol. He fought a German guy, stopped him. He stopped the old Silva Barrera. He had a fight in December during the COVID. Stopped that guy. Like, I don't which fight? He had some good wins and bad ones. What was the bad wins though? Because at 175, he stopped everybody except for Bivol. My memory serves me correctly. I ain't looking at box break, but I'm just saying. 68. He didn't really fight top guys at 68. He had 2 notable fights with Jesse Hart. The first fight could have went either way. The second fight, I thought he won clear. he beat an old Arthur Abraham. What fight did he? What win did he have? Like I don't know, bad wins. What was the bad win? That's the one I'm stuck off. Cause he 175, he ain't really fight nobody to have a bad win. Shit, I don't know. Put that in the chat, bro. Help me out. But I like this card though. I think this would be a good fight right here. Zerto can bang with you, but since he moved up to to cruiserweight 200, he been boxing. You know what I'm saying? So if he can add some of that, Chris Bill Smith is a tough, rugged guy. He got one of the best trainers. You know what I'm saying? I thought he dominated that fight. Gunther Marion didn't win no rounds. What round? They got to break it all the way down. If that's the fight, break it all the way down because from what I remember, I know that was the same night as Tim Tszyu and Fundora, but I watched that fight. Gunther Marion wasn't doing nothing. He was slow. You know what I'm saying? Who dominated the back half of the fight? Gunther Marion didn't do nothing that fight. I don't even know if he won a round. First couple of rounds was slow. And Zerto was just moving around, using the ring, using the jab. This guy was coming forward with a high guard, wasn't doing nothing. I don't know if that's the right example. I don't know. Maybe he's still looking for that shit. Alright, last one. So Shakur had to pull out his fight. He hurt his hand in preparation for Joe Cordina. So we know that was the biggest story of the week, basically. I look at it two ways. Hey, we didn't want to see this fight anyway. I'll just be honest. A lot of people don't want to see it. I understood it. I get it. I give Cordina. I thought Cordina is a good fighter, and I understand the weight issues he had at 130 coming off a loss. But boxing fans, look, shit come true. We always say, "Oh, how he get a world title shot and he coming off a knockout loss." Boxing fans don't like that, so you should be happy right there. Same thing with Gallo Estrada. Nobody want to see Estrada ban rematch. He pulled out the rematch. So, boom. That's two things. Boxing guys working out for us. Another thing, Josh Warrington, he's not fighting for the IBF title. He's still going to fight Anthony Kakashi, but it's not for the IBF title. It's just the IBO. So, I guess fans can be happy, too, because Josh Warrington is 1-4 his last 5 fights. So, you know what I'm saying? Y'all getting y'all wish and type shit. Because I always believe that it's about how good your team is if you get opportunities. But I want to see if anybody going to talk about that now. If everybody going to be cool with it. Because it's cool to talk about how this guy got an opportunity and he got knocked out his last fight. But then I'll talk about when he don't get the opportunity or if the IBF, when the IBF does the right thing in your eyes. So I just had to throw that out there. But so it's a setback. You never want to see a guy injured in the sport of boxing. The question is, would this be a lingering issue going forward? Because he always complained at the end of fights about his hands. Like the last 2 fights, he complained. I know he was injured against De Los Santos. He had shit going on, so maybe he learned from that. Yo, bro, if you that injured, just pull out. You know what I'm saying? And that taking advice of some fans. And I would. So with Shakur, it's like the social media shit is like overwhelming from a lot of fans, right? So they don't fuck with him off of that, right? What he say and all this. So him getting injured is karma, is some other shit, whatever it is. To me, he's just a guy that got brittle hands, and maybe his hands are breaking down. I don't know if it's anything about no karma. I think the difference is he probably could have went on with the fight, but he learned from last year. If last year would have never happened with De Los Santos and the backlash, he probably would have stayed in and made this fight and took the fight. You know what I'm saying? Just can't use the right hand. So he learned from that. So I think that's some growing shit. And then they talking about they still gonna make the fight with Zepeda in February. So that's a tough fight. And for you to come off a hand injury to go and be willing to face Zepeda and knowing you don't really know how you're gonna come back with your hand. He may be a little gun shy, he may whatever. may take a little bit off of it. I don't know, but that tells me he built with something different. You know what I'm saying? So I respect it. We'll have to see. Hopefully he recover real soon. Zepeda taking his I guess you can say warm up fight against Kevin Farmer to get more preparation for that style, and then going to the Shakur fight in February. So we'll see. Shit like that happens in boxing all the time. People want to make that shit about them. Zerto dominated the back half completely. He dominated the whole fight. To me, I'm trying to see what T's talking about. He said, true indeed. Important to have a team. Nah, for sure. Hopefully the hand injuries are chronic. Yeah, that's the thing too, man. Him getting injured. So he been injured his last couple of fights. So maybe he have to, kind of remove himself from the gym and not take so much wear and tear if that's gonna start happening. Because yeah, that's your money makers right there. And this is gonna cause people to say, yo, he boring, all this shit. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully he's good. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I like Shakur as a fighter though. Like, we in this day and age, we so caught up on what these guys be talking about, what they say and whatever. Man, that shit don't mean nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? It don't mean nothing to me because at the end of the day, we gonna figure it out in the ring. That's the basis. That's the essence of boxing. Real talk. What happens in that ring? Nobody care about if a guy talks shit because they was doing the same shit back in the day. They was talking. The only thing is we don't get to see blow by blow of their conversations like we do now. You know what I'm saying? They got a camera everywhere. They got a tape recorder everywhere. Camera, they can pick up the sound, and you hear everything somebody's saying. And people run. That's a lot of content. To me, that's not really newsworthy what people say. You know what I'm saying? Because motherfuckers talk all the time. Shit, and if that's the case, we're gonna be covering shit that's insignificant to me. But Shakur, hopefully he bounced back. I think he'll be good. I like that he's still in the gym. He's not doing nothing, of course, but he's in the gym getting his little cousin ready for his pro debut in November. He's getting Ray Ford ready for his comeback fight and his first fight in 130. So I like that. So to me that says a lot though. That's like selfless. You know what I'm saying? You going through your shit and you still in the gym coaching and mentoring these guys to get them to where they need to be or keep them where they need to be, and you going through a tough period. So that speaks volumes too, because how many people will get an injury and just you don't hear from them? You know what I'm saying? They just in the cut, right? So I respect. It could be a technique issue. It could be. I mean, it could be. It could be. Yeah. It could be the gloves. It could be the wraps. He used the power lock shit that Everlast. He might have to go get the winning gloves. I mean, those just protect your hands. And maybe that would make him a little bit more offensively, creative. But yeah, maybe it is a technique. But he landed a body shot to the cup. That shit is dangerous. A lot of guys hurt their hands like that. So yeah. It could be though, bro, for sure. Yeah, I seen that. I seen that. Yeah, I seen that. Yeah. So Crawford. So okay, with him, real quick. I know he's trying to get the Canelo fight, but right now he in free negotiations with Sebastian Fundora, and that deadline is the 30th of this month. And I know he was waiting for Canelo for his fight to finish, but I don't think that's not the fight. I don't think that's going to be the fight. If it happens, I'll be cool with it because, like I said before earlier, two of the best guys in the last 10 years, right? Basically, since Floyd left, even before Floyd left, those guys been at the top of of boxing for a long time. So I would like to see it from that standpoint. And it's a different type of fight for Canelo The last 4 fights been basically the same shit. Early knockdown, cruise to a decision victory, right? You know what I'm saying? He fights smaller guys, and it's okay to fight Charlo, but it's not okay to fight Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like that shit. That's to me when boxers say that, it's talk like that and shit. It's like it kind of turned me off. So I just take it for what it's worth. That's why I'm like one of those guys. Like if you want to fight Berlanga, okay, I watch it. Let's see what Berlanga brings to the table. You know what I'm saying? If we're gonna fight such and such, I'm cool because I'm still gonna watch the fight. I ain't gonna say I ain't watching this shit. I'm turning it off. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I'm gonna tap in with it. So I understand it. So if I understand it, I can pick and choose if I want to watch it. If I want to watch it or not, if I want to support it, whatever I want to do, I have that right now. So once you give me that, that's cool. So now it ain't no confusion. I know he ain't trying to fight the best available opponent. I know that. You know what I'm saying? Or push to fight the best guy. Whether you have to wait for him or whatever. And always something with Canelo, some type of stipulation. There's always something. It's like you got to read the fine print. So now that I understand that, I can't trip off of it. I'm good now. I'm good. Thank you for telling me. Because I'm thinking it's always about, trying to fight the best available competition. So I just like the Crawford fight just for the legacy shit. And why not? Why can't, I feel like if all these other guys can get an opportunity at Canelo, why can't Crawford? It must be some underlying situation going on with that. I know he fucked up the money when he beat Spence, because that's what I'm saying. If Spence would have won that fight, he would have went straight to Canelo probably, straight to Canelo, and everybody would be supporting that shit, right? So it's the same thing. So it is what it is. But we're gonna see. But I mean, the Fundora fight, I like that Fundora fight. That's not just a gimme for Crawford, because Fundora got a lot of dimensions, got a lot of shit with him that you gotta figure out. And it's for 2 belts. Well, it'll be for 3 belts, 3 belt unification, and then the winner can get the winner between Tim Tszyu and Mutazaliev, but that's what he want to do. I know Crawford looking for big fights, but I don't know. I don't think he's gonna get the Canelo fight. If he do, then I'll be I'm gonna tap in for sure. Let me see what else is going on. Oh, AJ and Dubois. We're gonna talk about that on the pregame show for sure tomorrow. But yeah, that's a big fight. AJ trying to become a 3-time heavyweight champion. Dubois, he got that's what I like about this fight. Both guys got a lot of momentum. Kind of slightly different, but they got a lot of momentum. Dame Dubois was written off as a quitter. You know what I'm saying? He's this, he's that. He fought Usyk. The body shot, questionable, the controversy. Then he got up and he basically, he did quit. You know what I'm saying? Did the same thing he did against Joe Joyce. He bounced back. He exercised those demons. He stopped Jarrell Miller, who was a guy that never been stopped. They can take a lot of punches. He stopped him. So that right there was just like a big ass sigh of relief for him. And then he beat up on Herkovic. That was another fight where he wasn't picked to win. So he's riding high. AJ got his confidence back too after losing to Usyk. It's interesting. Losing to Usyk got these guys to get their confidence back, because he's a smaller guy. He beat both of them. That just tells you how good Usyk is. You know what I'm saying? Hindsight. But AJ, he got his back a little differently. You know what I'm saying? Staying active. His thing was staying active and stuff like that. He beat Ngannou and all that. He's supposed to. The knockout over Helenius. He had a fight with Franklin. So, so now, and he's with Ben Davison. So it's like both guys, confidence-wise, are at their peak. You know what I'm saying? So that can make for an explosive fight, because those two guys, I can't see it being a bad fight, bro. I cannot see it. For real. They're going to be cautious. I can see them being cautious, but they definitely, it's gonna be an explosion. I don't see Crawford taking that fight. Shit, I do. If he get opportunity to get that fight, he taking it. You mean take Crawford out? I don't see Canelo taking that fight. If Crawford get offered that fight, he taking that shit. He said George. Yeah, he quit against George and Usyk. I think I give him a pass against George because the overbone. Instead the type of injury. Yeah, not for sure. I give you that. But then when you dig a little deeper, I can't give him a pass on Joyce because Joyce's mom is she like partially blind, and he made a joke or a comment about Joyce's mom. Nah, he don't get no pass. Nah, that shit was karma. How ironic that he could have stopped you in many ways. He could have hit you to the body. He could have hit you with a big right hand and go home. He broke your orbital bone when you was talking about my man's mom's being blind. Now he don't get no pass. That was karma. That's what he got, and with a jab, and he was winning that fight. Anyway, thugged it out. Yeah, he did. He said facts. Yeah, I'm saying. So when I think about it, I'm like, hold on. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Billy Joe was talking shit about the boy. I remember that vividly when they was hold on. The first fight with the fight, what's his name? Eric Morales versus Madonna. He toughed that shit out. But yeah, most guys do. Yeah. That's true. Morales is a different type of guy. You know what I'm saying? He's a different type of guy. But yeah, I remember that, yo. I remember that when he got stopped with that. When that happened, I was like, "Yeah, bro, you talking about my man's moms?" He said some slick shit about JoJo's moms. But I like how he bounced back. That's gonna be fireworks. Now this card took a hit because Liam Smith pulled out the fight with Josh Kelly, so it took a little hit. That Anthony Kakashi versus Josh Warrington, that's not for the IBF title. I've been keeping track on this shit since the fight got announced. Josh Warrington is not ranked by the IBF. He's not ranked at 126 or 130. Now, if he was ranked at 126, I've seen it before where they would just reclassify him at 130. Maybe bring him in like number 9 or number 10, and he'll be eligible to fight for it. He ain't fighting for the IBF. The IBF rankings came out like last week, and he won't in them. And if the IBF is sticking to their rules with the mandatory and shit, and they so strict to strip these guys and to stay on code with their rules, they ain't letting Josh Warrington fight for their belt coming off of 2 back-to-back losses. And that's what fans ask for, so that's what it is. I'm interested to see Hamza Shiraz, though. I like him. And I think in the middleweight division right now, as we seen last night, Hamza Shiraz is a welcome addition. You know what I'm saying? He had a good fight with Emo, got hurt, came back, stopped him. He facing Tyler Denny, another southpaw. But I think he's just too big. He's going to be too big for him. But we'll see. Denny is tough, and he's a good boxer. He said Mugabe was 25, Hagler was 31 when they fought. Unlike Berlanga, Mugabe actually brought the fight to Hagler. He didn't throw enough, too much jaw. Yeah, there's a lot of bravado and stuff like that, so I'm with you. He could have did much more. So Mosley, yeah. Yep, they got that shit coming up. That's what's up, man. I'm looking forward to the young crop of guys. Shiraz was sharp. Yeah, he was. His jab set the table. And everything else came off of it. He's a big puncher. And I like him though. He kind of basic, but he's solid. He good in a lot of areas. You know what I'm saying? Of course, he got talent on the defense. And he's there. And I don't know, like his chin, I seen him hurt before. I seen him down in the fight. But he came back and stopped the guy. He's a good body puncher for a tall guy as well. So I like Hamza. He's if he win this fight, he is the mandatory for Carlos Adames, and he's number one. I think he's number one for Janibek WBO title. So he should be fighting for a world title pretty soon. Fantasy fight for me. I think Hamza Raz may stop him because I feel like Fundora, the fight I seen him fight a taller guy and Clark, Jamonte Clark, he struggled. And Hamza Shiraz is the bigger opponent. He technically sound, and he can dominate with the jab, and he got some shit coming with the right hand and the hook to the. I think Hamza Shiraz will stop Fundora at this point. Even Fundora still had the height advantage. I think seeing a guy that's 6'3", you 6'6", 6'5", whatever. I think that would be a problem for Fundora. Just me, I don't know. I think it'd be fun. Yeah, I agree with that for sure. I agree with that. I would take Hamza Shiraz in that fight. At we gotta be 160. All right. Because Nunes, what's good with you, bro? Salute. So yeah, man, we got a September. So September so far, so good. We got some good stuff coming up. Good stuff lined up as well. I'm looking forward to AJ though. I want to see. I think that fight is explosive. I know it's cliche, but I feel like the first big punch land, that might be it right there. Because both guys are vulnerable, AJ and DeVar. I think it has a chance to be a classic for sure. Man, and then so we getting through it. Shoot, September already halfway through. Seems like we just started. It was just Labor Day, like the other day, right? Tyran got a good card coming up on the 27th. Sandy Ryan and Michaela Mayer, Xander on that card. Shushu, Vito, Tiger Johnson. You got a bunch of guys. That's a loaded card right there with a lot of good names and up-and-coming prospects. Alicia Baumgartner fighting on the 27th. But her fight, they're making it so hard for fans to support that shit. It's crazy. They make you not even want to support it. Because her fight is for, her event is for guests only. So the general public can't even buy a ticket to her fight. It's in the outskirts of ATL, Fayetteville, Georgia, right? So the fans can't even go to her fights. Like that to me, that shit is wild to me. You can watch it on. They got it on this app. I think it's called Brinks TV. But that shit, that's like a downer for me. It's gonna be like her fighting in the bubble, because we only gonna have VIP people there. I don't know. That shit's wild to me. But yeah, she's defending her undisputed crown, coming off the failed PED. She cleared her name, so she's back. Don King got a card on the 28th. Kalen versus Roziski. So yeah, we're gonna get into all of these cards for sure. But we got good stuff. October the 12th, the Riyadh season card with Baturiev and Bivol. It's been quiet. Hopefully nobody's injured, bro. I'm sorry, I gotta say it because I want to see this fight so bad. Hopefully, nothing transpired. But that weekend, October the 12th, that's going to be a hell of a weekend. That's going to be a hell of a weekend of boxing, y'all. Because you got the Baturiev and Bivol, right? ESPN Plus. I'm not sure what they're going to do with the rest of the cards since Shakur is off. But in Japan, you got Nasinga. He defended his title against Yabuki. That's a tough-ass fight. The ones that know, they know. Yabuki, he's the one that beat Kenshiro. Stopped his ass, but Kenshiro came back and got it back. That's on the 12th. And then ESPN has like a double hitter on the 13th and 14th. You got 6 title fights? 7 title fights in the span of 2 days. Tacoma Inoue defending his title. Kenshiro fighting for a vacant title. The WBA champion at 112, Yuri, Sergio Uri. He's making a defense. You got a vacant title fight. So you got a bunch of title fights. On the 14th, the next night, you got Junto Nakatani. He's defending his WC. You know, so it's a lot of good shit, bro. I'm excited about boxing. Tim Tszyu versus Mutazaliev on the 19th. Adam Azam is back on the 19th. Jack Catterall and Regis Prograis. So we got some fights coming up. You know what I'm saying? Definitely got some fights. Conceição and Shaki Foster on the 2nd in November. Keyshawn on the 8th. I believe F.A. Jabba is going to be on that Keyshawn Davis card. Brian Norman Jr. We got the Riyadh season card November 16th. PBC. Hopefully, yo, I want to see some more events, yo. Like, I like that shit last night. Only thing I didn't like was the Danny and Lara fight, but everything else was cool. I ain't like the Rolly fight too. The Rolly, I don't know. I wasn't too interested in that. But they got too many fighters that don't have fight dates. That you can put some little cards together. It don't got to be 17 fights. You know what I'm saying? You can like for example, I know PBC got at least three fights that's basically done. They got Alberto Playo versus Sando Martin. That can be a little put that on the undercard, or maybe if you're doing free TV, maybe that main event. Eric Rosa, he's going to fight for the vacant WBA title at 108 pounds. That fight is pretty much done. And then Brandon Figueroa, so it talks about him fighting on Tank's card. They're supposed to do like a big super card in December. Tank, the Vides, the Charlo brothers, and Brandon Figueroa. I seen that come out. That's cool. I'm with that. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it. I think they got too many fighters not to have at least one show a month. It don't gotta be crazy. It don't gotta be whatever. It don't have to be, I just feel like they got enough fighters to do at least one show a month. That's just me. I don't think they're gonna make it to that 12 and 14 fight like they said they was gonna do. Let me see. He said, hold on, fun fight for sure. I'm gonna go back up. Seems like a lot more coordinated than front door in that regard. Room for the bar. I'd be oh man. Yo, that'd be crazy right there, bro. What a story. Why would Brun Gordon do that? That's her team, bro. That's her team, bro. I don't like that, yo. To me, I don't like that. I'm saying Nas and AZ. Yeah, the Flyers, bro. I realized, yeah, yes, sir. Had to keep it. That Nas shit. Yakabuki, yo, he might. Yo, that's a tough fight. I ain't gonna lie, Yakabuki, I like him, bro. He bringing that shit. Yo, Japanese boxing is crazy right now. That shit don't get talked about enough. Yeah. Anyway, ain't what they say until it comes. Yeah, that shit's crazy to me. Yeah, anyway, fought 3 times in the United States. Look good all 3 times. He gonna do the same thing when he come back. He's just like that. I don't know. See, this what I learned. This what it is. So, anyway, is one of those guys that a lot of people, you say might be the best now for sure. So, people didn't really believe it. One is because he fight in a lower weight class. So, people don't really, a lot of people don't even go down that far. Some people don't even go past welterweight, believe it or not. So, they already suspicious right there. You know what I'm saying? So they don't really understand his resume and all. This dude been like, 22 title fights? He only got 31 fights, 30 fights? I don't remember. Some shit like that. And people don't understand who he beat, so they automatically say he ain't fought nobody. Just because you don't know him, he ain't fight nobody. So that's just how the whole story is. I'm just saying, I think he's good. He's real good, really. And it's going to be hard to beat him no matter where he fight at. And coming to America, right, I'm not so much tripping off of that because how many good American fighters that we think that can really beat him in and around his weight division? How many? Why come over here? Look, it's like when he come over here, he gonna fight a Mexican, a Uzbeki. You know what I'm saying? He gonna fight, you know what I'm saying? Maybe an Australian. So should he go to Australia and fight Sam Goodman? Should he go to Uzbekistan to face MJ? Because y'all, like, they act like they rocking with MJ like that. Like American fans acting like they rocking with MJ. You know what I'm saying? Or they rocking with Sam Goodman. They say Shushu name, but is Shushu really ready for that? It's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if him come up here and being Shushu, it's always gonna be something. So anyway, is in a situation where the media loves him, but he actually lives up to that hype, and they don't understand it. So it's like sometimes, like, okay, like Lomachenko, the media was building him up. I thought he lived up to the hype, but since the media gonna give him that credit, I can't give him no credit. He gotta go beat 3 dudes in one night type shit. So he's in that type of situation, but I don't think he had to come over here. Why he gonna come over here and not, you know what I'm saying, and decrease his pockets? He getting paid real good out there in Japan. Getting paid real good, and his opponents are too. So he come over here. I mean, it's gonna be the same shit. It's just gonna be more speculation and more cynical views on him. That's all. Yeah, I think he's good, bro. I think he's gonna do well everywhere. He's been fighting 12 rounds since 5-0. Yeah, he a problem, bro. He retired undefeated. Maybe. I think he said right. 126 is gonna be the division that's gonna test him the most. Now, if you really pay attention, anyway, it's still great, but he have moments where he has to navigate through fights. So that's what separates a lot of great fighters. Because this guy, he made an adjustment to that Doheny fight. Doheny has a great game plan. Great game plan. He just started investing to the body, and he broke his back the same way that Virgil Ortiz did to McKinson. Same type of situation. So it's like, when you can do that, you know, with a guy that was game, and that's, man, we don't give these fighters enough credit. We always willing to diminish them. BoxRec is sometimes, it's a gift and a curse. BoxRec is great for information and data, and just maybe a reminder, like, oh shit, he did fight him. Okay, let me go do my research. It's a great starter, you know what I'm saying? But it's not the whole thing, because if you see a fight or you see somebody's resume, I always suggest go and watch that fight and learn. You know what I'm saying? Or see some stuff that you can see. A lot of fans just go straight off of BoxRec. Let me pull up his BoxRec. He fought him. He 8-2. He fought a guy 15-4. He fought, bro. That don't tell the whole story, bro. It don't tell the whole story if you ain't seen the fight. It don't. It don't tell the story. It can be a lot of situations in that. Oh, he broke his hand in the first round. He dogged his way through the fight. He showed heart and was still using the hand. He fought a guy 15-4, but he was hurt that fight. Well, it don't tell you the story. It don't give you context. So you run off that shit. It just, you diminishing a fighter without even watching the guy fight. That shit is crazy to me. I can't respect that shit. I can't respect it. Because BoxRec is a tool that you can use, but it's not the be all end all. You know what I'm saying? It's not the be. When I go to BoxRec, because sometimes I do this just to sharpen up my shit. I go to somebody's BoxRec. I'm doing it right now. Well, I did it last night. I know we got a world title fight at 105 pounds. I pretty much seen damn near every top fighter or contender fight, but I need to go brush up my skills a little bit. So I went to Luis Castillo's BoxRec. He's the WBC mandatory challenger. He about to go to Philippines next week and face the WBC champion Melvin Jerusalem, 2-time world champion, right? So I want to touch up on my shit, because I've been hearing Castillo's name linked to all the champions. It just fell through. So I went and watched him, went to his BoxRec, picked out certain fights. he ain't been fighting a lot of crazy opponents. So I picked out the best record, how I look. Like the guy was like 23-2. And then I looked at another guy was like another record. So I watched the fight just to see. That shit not gonna tell me the whole story. I'm not gonna bring that to you guys like, man, he fought when his fifth fight, he brought a guy had 16 losses. Like Kell Brook fought a guy with 100 and some losses. That don't diminish how good Kell Brook was when he was on his A game at welterweight. You know what I'm saying? So it's, I don't know. If you living off that box rate and that's how you going to do your shit, bro, then you off like a motherfucker. You off. You gotta tighten up with that because that shit don't tell the whole story. They don't. And then the thing that get me, when people hear it, they be like, yo, he ain't fought nobody. And don't do their research. Because everybody ain't nobody. Because these young guys need these fighters to build up their confidence and their skills. And without journeymen and opponent level guys, and we're not going to have the next world champion or a great fighter. Because everybody has to go through it. He had 55K in Tokyo Dome on Tuesday. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What's the point? What's the point? Like, honestly, I don't see no point unless we had a great American fighter that's really in and around his weight class that's realistic. If Shushu go on to win a world title, have a couple of defenses, even unify, and I'll be like, okay, now come on over for Shushu. You know what I'm saying? I would, I'd be cool with that. Because really, if he gonna come for Shushu, won't he come for Angeletti? They basically on the same level. You know what I'm saying? Angeletti and Shushu. Angeletti fights at 122. Shushu is at 126. If anybody's saying come to America and fight Angeletti in Houston or New Orleans, I don't know. You just gotta keep moving the goalposts. You know what I'm saying? The only person I've seen being him is that's a tough fight. Rafael Espinoza is a big guy. He throw punches in different angles. But yeah. Anyway, fought a tall guy before in Jamie McDonald. And he had him all over the place. They're not the same fighter, but just giving you a thing that he fought tall opponents before. So I think, we'll see. We got to see how the power translate. He said Troy and Lee. I was trying to tell people Steve Claggett. Yeah, Steve Claggett is a good fighter. Those 7 losses, bro, I'm telling you, man. That shit was early in his career. See, I'm the bounce back type of guy. I like to see a guy go down and come back up. I think that guy was like on a 10-fight winning streak. Navarrete had one of the longest winning streaks in boxing. I think he lost unbeaten streaks. I think he lost like his 6th fight and he been undefeated ever since. I like that shit, bro. That's a confidence builder. When I used to hoop, bro, I get on a roll, it's gonna be hard to stop me, bro. Like if anybody that plays sports is in a rhythm and just get their rhythm, it's hard to stop. Look at Tevin Farmer. He started 7-4. Like, it's just because a lot of people don't like T.O., right? And I get it. And he handpicked that opponent. And that wasn't the best opponent on the table for him. So if you coming at it from that perspective, cool. I'm with you because I agree. But if you're just saying Claggett is a bomb, he's this and he's that, Claggett gave Teofimo a tough fight. He didn't win it, but he gave him a tough fight. And this is supposed to be the best fighter in that division. He was getting touched up in that fight. He's not supposed to get touched in that fight against a guy that you say is a bomb. It's just I didn't like the fight because of the other options. That's just me. But yeah, Steve Claggett surprised me because he had like 7 losses, man. Steve Claggett was in Canada grinding on ESPN Plus for like years. I don't think they German. No, they ain't. It's just talking. It's a way to diminish the fighter. That's all. I like Angela. Yeah, I like him too. He had a good tough fight. Yeah, okay, yeah. 2 tall opponents. You know what I'm saying? So I think it'd be cool. Those losses was on cooking. He said, yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I just look at shit differently, yo. Not that I'm better. I just look at it differently because I feel like you don't grow just looking at box rate. You can remember shit and you know shit, but if you don't apply that and go watch the fights, then you will never know. You'll never you'll never know because it's a lot of context and shit. And I appreciate that, bro. Big Supreme. Salute to you. Because you'll never know because it's like it's a lot of shit that's taken. It's some shit you could say, well, he ain't fought this one, this one, this. It just gives you an idea. Like it's some guys that's from Mexico, like the guy Salas. Salas ain't fought outside of Mexico. Look what he did to Villa. How do we correlate that? How do we correlate that shit? Right? Because if Salas ain't fought nobody, and Roman Villa is noted for his 2 fights with Rashidi Ellis, I thought he lost that fight clear. Honestly, he just came through with the 2 knockdowns at the end, and then Jerome Bucena's fight, and he beat Boca Chica on Showbox. So 3 fights we know Villa for. We didn't know Salas for nothing. That he's Mexican, and that's it. He 5'7.5", right? Box rate. But did we go watch his fights and see what he brought to the table? Because obviously last night he was on some different type of shit. So if you look at his resume, you might be like, oh, he ain't fought nobody. I got Villa. Bro, how good is that analysis? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I just, that's just not for me. I want to know. I really want to know. That's why I started my channel, yo. Real talk. No disrespect to nobody else, but I'm like, yo, these dudes ain't gonna give it to me like I want it. They give me some of it. They give me half of the cake, a piece of the cake, just a little bit. I want all that shit. So if you speaking on boxing, I want to know the whole thing. Like if I come to your channel and you got the title, I want to know the whole breakdown. Whether I know it or not, I want to know. Before I didn't know. I didn't know the shit. I just be asking questions like, yo, so just curious. But now I know. So I be coming to people's chat just trying to test them type shit. I gotta stop doing that. I just come and enjoy it for the most part. But I'm just saying, I learned that a lot of people ain't keeping it like I don't bring it like how I want it. So that's how I bring my shit. I be having more. I want to have all the details. I want to break it down precisely. Maybe bring up something that you probably ain't tracking. And then, that's how I formulate my shit. So I want it all. Like when you talk about the rankings, you talking about a certain division. Break that shit down for me. So you know what I'm saying? Who can be the dark horse of the division? Whatever. That's just me. Cause I know this YouTube shit, right? This boxing shit. I feel like you can get on here and you got a personality. You can go crazy with this shit. A lot of people don't be knowing shit. I be listening to people. I'm like, bro, you don't know that? Damn, that's crazy. They fought last year, type shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think you gotta have some knowledge in this shit, bro. Especially if you've been doing it for a long time. You gotta have some type of knowledge. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. It shouldn't be. You shouldn't be at the same level. That's just me. Especially doing shit every day. That's with anything though. Anything you do every day and consistently, you should definitely get better. So I started my channel because I'm like, shit. The stuff that I'm interested in, that's what I used to ask other people, and they didn't really know the answer. So I'm like, shit, let me start my own shit, and let me just figure it out myself. And that's just how I grew. And it morphed into just being a fan that's knowledgeable, a hardcore fan, to like, shit, probably one of the best insiders you guys will ever meet. But I'm just under the radar. Because when have I told y'all some bullshit and lied to y'all? I be cutting people off when when I say, yo, I be giving information, boom, 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 boom. And then one time I give them something they don't like, and they like, man, why you lying? Cut them off. How I'm right 1,000 times, and then the one that you don't like, I ain't right. Cut them off. Move on to the next. Give the information to people who value that shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's just me. Had to vent my way out this shit real quick. He said, it's a lot of clickbait around, bro. It's a lot of clickbait. You just have to decipher. I ain't mad at the content creator. I be mad at the damn the subscribers for falling for that shit. Be falling for that shit. That's it. But hey, they do what they do. Yeah, bro, knocked him out. That was crazy. Nah, he was hurt. He was hurt. Silas had 9%. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't check them out. 75. I wouldn't check them out, yo. He's aggressive, and I felt like if he fought, I ain't know how. Okay, so when you go back, that's another thing why I like to go back and watch the fights, because if they really ain't fought notable guys, I want to see how their power really translate. If they just hit a guy with just a regular shot and I don't feel like it's crazy, I'd be like, I don't know. He got power. He displayed power against this type of level competition. At least I can say that, right? That I saw that. I didn't know if he was going to be able to take some of Villa's shots, which he proved that he could, and he was hurting Villa early in that fight. So that's why. So I have a better understand. Anybody would have a better understanding if you watch these guys fight. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just going off the whatever. That's why I watch fights so much. Oh yes, sir, bro. Yes, sir. I'm telling you, bro, you getting a lot of shit, man. Like that shit I was telling you about what Caleb Plant was doing on the inside. That was the first thing I noticed. I'm like, damn, that's smart. And he kind of took the play. He changed the whole momentum of the fight. He got dropped with the left hook to the body, right? I mean, the guy was just hella strong, and he dropped him. He wasn't expecting. I took that on the chin too easy. What he do the next round? He made an adjustment. He started to push this guy back and fight on the inside. So when Kami was jumping in with long looping shots and was catching Caleb on the back end, he switched that. Let me fight on the inside. So I found the inside had his best success. It was entertaining. That fight was entertaining. You know what I'm saying? It was fun. It was back and forth. And he gave the fans what we wanted. An entertaining fight. You know what I'm saying? He could have boxed on the outside all night and won that fight easy. But it would have been, man, I don't want to see this. But what he do? He went into the trenches. He pushed back the bigger, stronger man. And he beat him at the game that he's supposed to have been good at. Because he probably didn't train for Caleb to fight on the inside. That's why he was so effective with leaping in with shots when Caleb was at a distance. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I like this shit, because it helps me too get better with my boxing knowledge. That's why I can pick up on that little shit. Oh, he grabbing his hands, then he shooting shit to the body, and then he coming in between the guard with the hook. He holding the hands in place, and he shooting it. And McCummey didn't make an adjustment. Smart. That shit was dope. My man said, salute, Georgie in the building. What's good with you, bro? He said, you want, man, I appreciate that, bro. Salute to you, man. Appreciate your work too as well. Salute. Keep grinding for sure. This boxing shit, I love it. I ain't gonna lie. I thought Edgar performed. No, yeah, I'm with that, bro. Yeah, he did. Jaime was just on some happy to be there type shit. I ain't gonna lie. Edgar had a little spite to him, a little grit. You know what I'm saying? I'm with that for sure. Yeah, it was a fun night. Solid card. I just didn't like the Danny and Laura fight. The Rolly fight, I ain't like that one either. I like the Fulton fight. The Salas and Villa fight was good. That young kid, Jonathan Lopez, yeah, he had a good fight. He had an entertaining fight too. So what we had? 7 fights, 2 out of 7. So 5 for 7. That's not a bad ratio. He had a draw with Ruben Aguilar. That stuck on Salah's resume. Okay, that's the fight. Okay, too easy. Yes, sir. Frames and pills. Yeah, that shit was nice. That was some nice ass shit Caleb was doing. Fight of the night. Yeah, it was fight of the night, bro. Caleb, I like Caleb. Like, I ain't gonna lie. This boxing shit is about narratives and who you like and what you want to push, right? Caleb coming off a loss. He basically fought for a world title last night. And y'all didn't hear not one person say, man, how Caleb get the world title shot after losing to Benavidez? Ain't nobody saying that about Tim Tszyu either. Why? Because these guys come to fight. You know what I'm saying? They talk like a fighter. They run to the smoke. And fans appreciate that shit. So we're not going to throw no bullshit to you. If you don't like the fighter, right? You're gonna, like, I haven't heard one person say why Tim Tszyu fighting for the IBF title. I don't know if you guys have. I haven't. So it's like, that's what we respect in boxing. Guys that run to the smoke, guys that put up a great effort and they can fight. And Fulton fights would have been great on the main card. No, for real, bro. Because I get you. I mean, shit, that Laura Danny fight, bro. I swear, I went to the store, bro, because I seen where this was going. Danny wasn't trying to win. I was like, he ain't trying to win, bro. Let me slide real quick. Go grab something real quick. Came back right before the 9th round started, just in time. They were looking out. Boxing guys were looking out for fun fights, though, mostly. Yeah. Because you like when they make these cards, you don't always know you're gonna get great fights. You don't always know that. On paper, it sounds good. Some fights be unexpectedly good, and you don't even realize, oh shit, this is a good fight. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just how it is. We be more so caught up on the names, right? The names, and that's what brings us in. But it don't automatically mean you're gonna have great fights, even though you got good names on the card, right? It can be some unexpected fights, like Willie Hutchinson versus Craig Richards. That was a good fight in the sense that I didn't know Hutchinson had that in him. Hutchinson was doing a lot of great shit, and that fight with him and Bawaxi next week, yo, that's one of the fights we're gonna talk about that shit tomorrow for sure when I do my pre-gaming show. But listen, that's a good ass fight. That's for the WBO interim title, and that's a fight Hutchinson can win. I like Bawaxi. I do like him. And I think he may be the favorite, but Hutchinson, that's a good fight. That's a fight right there, like real, like that's a hardcore boxing fan fight, right? Hardcore boxing fan, because that's a fight like ain't nobody talking about, and that would give those guys a path to the winner between Beterbiev and Bivol. I knew Danny wasn't going to win, but I didn't expect him to get stopped. Does Lara unify next? Man, that's a tough question. I don't think so, bro. I don't think so because now, okay, something interesting that may happen. So Janibek may fight on the PBC card October the 19th because his opponent Makalovich, they won the first bid. Makalovich and Tim Tszyu has the same promoter, No Limit Promotions. So maybe that can open up a door for the winner to fight Lara, which need a big fight. Because guess who Lara's mandatory is? Thomas LaManna. He already stopped him in one round. Fans are going to be clamoring for that. But Thomas LaManna worked his way back in position. You can't be mad at him. He worked his way back in position and won Eliminator, the gold title. So I think the Janibek fight, if he wins, or if Makalovich wins, I think yes, for sure. Yes, because he's on that side with No Limit and all that. But I don't think he's going to beat Janibek. So maybe that opens up a door for Janibek and Lara. Maybe. Carlos Adames got the WBC, but they have the same trainer. They have the same trainer, and they said that they're not gonna fight each other. Now, I have to segue. When other fighters do that, like Keyshawn and Shakur and whoever else do that, they get all types of heat. They be going crazy on them. But they ain't gonna say nothing about Lara and Adames. That's why I say narratives in boxing be running wild on some Hulk Hogan shit in the 80s. If we didn't have narratives in boxing and everybody kept that shit 100, you know what? The content would be much better, but the views would be down. And then it'd be like you'll be striking a chord with a lot of people. You want to have a lot of support as you want to, because when you keep it real, people tend to kind of float away from you because they don't like that shit. Because they used to tell me what I want to hear. Tell me what I want to hear. And then you tell them and you feed into that. And then they like it. They fuck with you. But if you don't and you keep it a buck, that's why I'm unpredictable. You might think I'm going to come off and say some shit, but I'll be speaking on my mind. I don't like that fight. That fight, you know, whatever. I say what I say. But back to your question. I don't think so. It's like too many what ifs. But I think, hopefully, being optimistic, if Janibek can work with the PBC and get that fight, because he's Tyron don't got shit for him. That's why they lost the purse bid. So see if we can get the Janibek fight. Is Janibek in trouble? No, he's gonna beat this guy. He's gonna beat him. He's gonna beat him for sure, like 2 or 3 rounds. Now, only trouble Janibek gonna be in, Big Supreme, if he can't make the weight or he's struggling to make the weight. That's the trouble. I don't know if you're speaking about that, but as far as the fight, I think Janibek beats him. He said facts. When's the last time you heard anything regarding Brian Castano? He was just in camp with Terrell Goucher, get him ready for Adonis. And he was in camp with Bohachuk for Virgil Ortiz. So I guess he's just looking for a date, because you don't go into those camps and not be ready to fight your damn self, because those guys are going to get you up out of there. So that's the last I heard. I don't know if he's looking for a fight date. I won't be surprised if he hop on one of these PBC cards. I can see him on like the prelims or something, just to stay active. But yeah, you go through those 2 training camps, bro, you should be ready to fight, especially fucking around with Bohachuk. Yeah, Andre not. Yeah, he don't got nothing for Janibek. Janibek gonna get him up out of there. Janibek is nice. So now let's talk about a fight that we should get in the middleweight division, though. Janibek versus Lara. Now that can look kind of like we seen last night, because you got 2 counter punches. But the thing with Janibek is a little bit more aggressive. And he's bigger than Lara. So will he press the issue and try to make Lara fight? Because Lara can the way he fought last night, he can fight about 50 more rounds like that. He could have fought the main event too. Like, he can fight like that all night. He just pawn with the jab, shoot the jab, land, throw the left hand occasionally. You know what I'm saying? Get out of the way of your punches. You know, just move around. And he was that dude. He was chilling last night. So the fight with him and Janibek would be interesting, though, because Janibek is an aggressive counter puncher, and he's a puncher. He got this aura about him where he try to intimidate you. That shit ain't gonna work for Lara. But it's interesting, though. Lara does well against southpaw opponents. So yeah, that's a fight we should, because the middleweight division is like crazy. That's why I kind of want guys like Hamza Shiraz to come in and go crazy, bring some fresh life to the division, because that shit's been down for sure. But yeah, man, that's what it is. About to close it out, man. I want to salute everybody coming through the building for sure. I appreciate you guys in the comments. Salute to you guys. Make sure you guys hit the like button if you haven't. Subscribe, of course. I appreciate it. You can follow me on my social media, scrolling across the bottom: Twitter, Instagram, website, ldubsboxing.com. I'll be back tomorrow for sure. We got this fight week we got to talk about. So we got my pre-gaming show. We're going to talk about this fight week. It's a good fight week, man. It's another one I'm looking forward to. It's highlighted by Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois for the IBF heavyweight title. Yes, sir. So salute to everybody coming through the building, man. I appreciate you guys' time, and I'm out.